Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. For the past, I don't know, month or so, maybe 2 months, the fight intensified in Bakhmut, and Bakhmut was the hottest spot on the Ukrainian front. The Ukrainians seem to have retreated in another steel plant over there, like they did in Mariupol, in the Azovstal, and there is where they will defend their positions. This plant has again a long it has corridors and catacombs underneath the plant where they're gonna try to. I don't know exactly what they try to do over there, to be honest with you, because once Bakhmut is encircled, we're gonna stay there forever. You gotta come out one day, unless you hope that NATO troops will rescue somehow. So they have over there some tunnels underneath this plant, as they had in Mariupol, in Azovstal. And you know what happened there? In about a month, they came out. The same thing probably will happen here. Now, it seems like another area takes first place as the hottest axis or the point of this war, and that is Kupyansk. Kupyansk is a town still under Ukrainian control in the northeast, and then it's in the Kharkiv Oblast. The Russians conducted offensive operations over there, and they're approaching the Kupyansk, the town of Kupyansk. I will show you a map, and I also have an article to use here. 2 days ago, I think it was a mandatory evacuation of civilians from Kupyansk because the Russians were coming. And it seems like the Russians are coming, and things are not going too well for the Ukrainian troops, who again probably will go and defend Kupyansk from within Kupyansk, and again another Ukrainian town will be razed to the ground. But hey, and that is because the Russians attack the troops run into the towns, and they try to kill as many Russians and Ukrainians in towns, and towns getting bombarded, and then is the Russians' fault. Well, what can I tell you? Well, don't invade, right? Well, don't get into NATO and don't kill those people in the east, and you'll be fine, all right? So let's see what's going on here in this article. So the article comes from Ukrinform, which is a Ukrainian media outlet. It comes from today, the 14th of March 2023. Russians again storm Ukrainian positions in Kupyansk direction. So let's see where Kupyansk is. So Kupyansk is right here in this area. So this is Ukraine. This is how much the Russians got so far. And the Kupyansk is this little, you see over there, they advance here, the Russians, and the Kupyansk is right here where these little roads are converging, right here. And then here is Kharkov or Kharkiv. Kharkov by the Russians, Kharkiv by the Ukrainians, like this. So this is over here, Kharkiv Oblast. So the Russians obviously are advancing here, and this is going to become the hottest spot of the war in Kupyansk. So let's see what the Russians are saying about it, but this is from yesterday, so I'm not going to use it actually, but they're definitely advanced here. So let's go back to this article, actually, not go back, but forward. There's another article from Ukrainska Pravda from a few days ago, from Saturday. Mandatory evacuation from Kupyansk district is underway. So, and here is the town here shown like this, but I like this better because they show you where they are. So they evacuate people from here. Obviously, these guys are doing something bad. All right, in the Kupyansk direction, Kharkiv region, Russian troops are again attempting to conduct attacks by storming the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in Hryanikiivka. Oleg Sinyehubov, the head of the Kharkiv Regional Military Administration, stated this on the air of the Yedny Novny Telethon, and Ukrainian correspondent reports. The enemy attacked has attacked our positions in the village of Ryakivska today. Battles are still going on. The enemy is suffering losses and has no success now. You can see how these guys are running here. Jesus Christ. They are retreating the previous occupied positions. Such waves of attack take place here, unfortunately, all at a time, Sniehubo said. According to him, the invaders are attacking in small assault groups. There are almost no civilians left because the village is constantly under enemy fire. He also noted that Russian forces shelled the settlements of Kupyansk, Chuhuiv, and Kharkiv districts with all types of weapons. In particular, on the morning of March 14th, Vovchansk came under fire. And I'm quoting, "A shell hit a unit of the state emergency service. A shell hit a civilian car and a woman." Okay, this is what they tell us, that they kill only, how do you call them, private houses and nothing else, and civilian infrastructure. So let's go back to this. This is a small, as you can see, let's see if I have anything here. Yeah, this is the legend, but I thought it was going to show me the distance, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I can see how far it is from here to here, but it doesn't seem too far. I don't want to say 20 miles or so, but it seems like they're close. Let's see what this happened yesterday. Forces of Zapad group struck Ukrainian armed forces units in the course of the active combat operations using artillery strikes. So this is what happened yesterday on the 13th, but I think it's still valid to consider today. So I am waiting for Kupyansk to be again going through the same horror as Mariupol, which will be probably surrounded, encircled, and then again, Ukrainians uselessly, I would say, if that's a word, remain in the town and defend the town. Defend what? And I tell you what I would do, the old strategic maneuver. I'm just gonna surround you. I'm gonna make an assessment of kind of like how many people I think you have over there. I'm gonna put batteries around you, mobile batteries, so they cannot be hit by your attacks. Mobile meaning I'm going to change the positions from time to time, reshuffle. I'm going to probably bomb you, shell you inside your positions, inside the city where you decided to run. Therefore, I'm going to flattening it out over there, unfortunately, but you choose to fight over there, well, I'm following you, I'm going to take care of you. You could have left, but you didn't. Or you could fought before Kupyansk, you choosing. I hate this kind of thing. Because these guys play each and every town as Berlin 1945, and that's not the same scenario. Remember, Zelensky or whomever is not in Kupyansk and he needs to be taken out or something. No, it's nothing. They can do like Paris, declare it an open city as they did in the Second World War, and no building, nothing was touched in Paris. Yes, Paris, France. So here we have these guys defending something that people die, the town will be flattened, and then move on. So I would encircle it, move on with the front. I will keep them over there, and they can't get out. If they get out, they're going to be, you know what I mean? But I will make sure I leave enough, as I said, manpower and ammunitions and weapons over there, to artillery, to take care of them. And that's it. I will leave them over there, and they will be starving, and then will be coming out as they did in Azovstal, in Mariupol, and as they will come in Bakhmut. As I started this video with Bakhmut, the same scenario. The Soviets built these tunnels underneath the cities as resistance against NATO in case. And now the Ukrainians have modernized them, and supposedly they have there all kind of water, they have electricity, and they have all kind of generators. Well, the problem is you might have water, let's say, comes from underneath and so on, but where do you have energy from? Where are you going to have? Well, okay, you got diesel or whatever you got, but you're going to need some air to do certain things. Okay, I'm pretty sure they figured those things out, but still, you can't stay over there 20 years. And if you're going to stay over there 20 years, what's the purpose? Just to stay alive 20 years in a tunnel? Well, they will come out the same as they came in Mariupol and Azovstal. So I'm going to keep an eye on Kupyansk. It seems like Kupyansk is going to be the next Bakhmut. It's not that big, Kupyansk. It is relatively big, but I don't think it's bigger than, I know it's not bigger than Mariupol, that's for sure. All right, let's see Kupyansk, how big Kupyansk is. All right, I got the population here for Kupyansk, and it is what, 26,000 people. So it's not even half of Bakhmut, which is about 70, between 70 and 70 and 80. I found 75, 80, so about that. And this is what, 26, and Mariupol is much more than this. So anyway, this is it, my friends. I'm going to keep an eye on Kupyansk and see what's going to happen over there. But I think the scenario will be the same as Mariupol, Bakhmut, Kupyansk. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.